Once, long ago, in a land far away, there lived a little character who ran through Maine, looking for cheese to nourish them and make them happy. Two were mice, named Sniff and Scurry, and two were little people, beings who were as small as mice, but who acted like people today. Their names were Ham and Haw. Due to their small size, it would be easy not to notice what the four of them were doing. But if you looked close enough, you could discover the most amazing things. Every day, the mice and the little people spent time in the maze looking for their own special cheese. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, possessing only simple little brain, but good instincts, searched for the hard-nibbling cheese they liked, as mice often do. The two real people, Ham and Hoa, used their brains, filled with many beliefs, to search for the very different kind of cheese, with a capital C, which they lived would make them feel happy and successful. As different as the mice and little people were, they shared something in common. Every morning, they each put on their jogging suit and running shoes, left their little homes, and laid out into the maze looking for their favorite cheese. The maze was a labyrinth of currents and chambers, some containing delicious cheese, but there were also dark corners and blind alleys leading nowhere. It was an easy place for everyone to get lost. However, the lost who found their way, the maze held secrets that let them enjoy a better life. The mice, Sniff and Scurry, used the simpler, ineffective trial and error method of finding cheese. They ran out on a calendar and they proved them empty. Then Lent and they remembered the carrot helping the trees and quickly in the new area. Sniff would smell out the general direction of a cheese using his great nose, and Scurry would race ahead. They got lost, as you might expect, went off in the wrong direction and often bumped into the walls. However, the two little people, Ham and Hoa, had very complex brain, with their lives in motion and amazed more comfortable in challenging. They relied on mere sophisticated method of finding cheese. It depended on their ability to think beyond their past experience. Over their abilities is sometimes clouded by the way they think. Eventually, in the long way, they all discover what they're looking for. They each found their uncounted cheese day at the end of one of the corridors in Cheese Station C. Every morning after that, the mice and the little people dressed in their running gear and headed over the Cheese Station C. It wasn't long before they each established their run routine. Sniff and Scurry continued to wake early every day and race through the maze, always following the same route. When they arrived at their destination, the mice took off their running shoes, tied them together, and hung them around the neck. so they could get to them quickly whenever they needed them again. Then they enjoyed the cheese. In the beginning, Ham and Hoa also raced to a cheese station C every morning to enjoy the tasty new morale that awaited them. But after a while, a different routine set in for the little people. Ham and Hoa awoke each day a little later, dressed a little slower, and walked to cheese station C. After all, they knew the cheese was how to get there. They had no idea where the cheese came from or who put it there. They just assumed it'll be there. As soon as Hong and Hoa arrived at cheese station C each morning, they settled in and made themselves at home. They hung up their jogging suit, put away their running shoes, and put on their slippers. They will become very comfortable now that they found the cheese. "This is great," Ham said. "There's enough cheese here to last for us forever." The little people felt happy and successful and felt they were no secure. It wasn't long before Ham and Hoa began to find the cheese they see as their cheese. It was such a large store of cheese that they eventually moved their home to be close to it and built a social life around it. To make themselves feel more at home, Ham and Hoa decorate the wall each day at the even drew pictures of cheese around them, which make them smile and read, "Having cheese makes you happy." Sometimes Ham and Hoa would take their friends by to see their piles of cheese at cheese station C and point to it with pride. Saying, "Pretty nice cheese, huh?" Sometimes they shared it with their friends, and sometimes they didn't. "We deserve this cheese," Ham said. We certainly had to work long and hard enough to find it." He picked up the nice fresh piece and ate it. Afterward, Ham fell asleep, as he often did. Every night the little people would ride home full of cheese, and every morning they would confidently return for more. This went on for quite some time. After a while, Ham and Hoa's confidence grew into the arrogant success. Soon they became so comfortable they didn't even notice what was happening. As time went on, Snip and Scurry continued their routine. They arrived early each morning and sniffed and scratched and scurried around cheese station C, inspecting the area to see if there had been any change from the day before. Day before, then they would sit down and nibble on the cheese. One morning they arrived at cheese station C and discovered there was no cheese. They weren't surprised, since Snip and Scurry had noticed the supply of cheese had been getting smaller every day. They were prepared for the inevitable and knew instinctively what to do. They looked at each other. They moved their running shoes they had tied together and hung conveniently around their necks, put them on their feet, and laced them up. The mice did not analyze things, and they went to the burned with many complex beneath. To the mice, the plover, and the answer were both bimbo. The situation at cheese station C had changed, so Sniff and Scurry decided to change. They both looked out into the maze. Then Sniff left his nose, sniffed, and nodded to Scurry, who took off running through the maze, while Sniff followed as fast as he could. They were quickly off in search of new cheese. Later the same day, Hem and Hoa arrived at cheese station C. They had not been paying attention to the small changes that had been taking place each day, so they took it for granted their cheese would be there. They were unprepared for what they found. What? No cheese? Hem yelled. He continued yelling. No cheese? No cheese? As though he had shouted loud enough. Someone would put it back. Who moved my cheese? He hollered. Finally, he put his hands on his hips. His face turned red, and he screamed, and he screamed at the top of his voice. It's not fair. No cheese? He yelled and continued yelling. No cheese? No cheese? And so if he shouted louder, someone would pull back. Who moved my cheese? He hollered. Finally, he put his hand to his hips. He screamed at the top of the voice. It's not fair. Hoa just shook his head in disbelief. He, too, had counted on finding cheese station C. He stood there for a long time, frozen with shock. He was just not ready for this. Ham was yelling something, but Hoa didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to deal with what was facing him. So he just tuned everything out. The little people's behavior was not very attractive or productive, but it was understandable. Finding cheese wasn't easy, and it meant a great deal more to the little people than just having enough of it to eat every day. Finding cheese was the little people's way of getting what they thought they needed to be happy. They had their own idea of what cheese meant to them, depending on their taste. For some, finding cheese was having material things. For others, it was enjoying good health or developing a spiritual sense of well-being. For how, cheese just meant feeling safe, having a loving family someday, and living in a cozy cottage on Chalon Land. To Ham, cheese became a big cheese in change of other and owning a big house atop Camembert Hill.